Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is something a little bit different. This is more of my way of letting you guys know me, get to know me a little bit better. This is not a TMI tag or a question and answer tag. This is actually going to be a story that I wanted to share with you guys because today actually marks the 5th year that it happened, that this story took place. You guys rarely see me in this situation on camera, or I rarely show this in my pictures on my Instagram post, my Facebook post, or my Twitter post, or my Snapchat post. But sometimes you would see this on my Snapchat. Today is actually September 8th, and today marks the 5th year that I injured myself 5 years ago, back in 2011, I believe. Yes, 2011 or 2012, one of those two. I always get them confused. September 8, 2011, I have to get this. 2011 to 2012, I have to get the right year because this stuff always confused me. But I will link it down below in the description box with the correct year. But September 8th, on this day, I injured myself by blow drying my hair. Back in 94, let's back up for a second. I actually was born in the Philippines, and then I came to the US in 1992, and I lived with my grandparents until I was in college, and then 2 years after college I moved in with my fiance today, and we lived in Long Island, and then I believe, I want to say that same year that I got injured, we did move to South Carolina because the rent in New York was just super high, and South Carolina the rent is just way much lower than New York. So we decided to move, and we also wanted to be close to his aunt, who is more like his mom to him, and also our kids' grandmother. So we moved to South Carolina in August of 2011. I want to say 2012. Yes, it was in 2012. So it happened in 2012. We moved in to South Carolina in August of 2012, and then, we were just getting settled in and whatnot. And September 8th, I was actually getting ready to do something. I just got out of the shower, and luckily for me, I was in the living room blow drying my hair because it was just so much stuff in our room back then, and I didn't really have enough room to do anything. So I decided to take my blow dryer and do it outside. And back in 94, I was actually 8 or 9, and I had a cervical fusion in my spine to correct some issues over there. And when I blow dried my hair in 2012, I actually bent my head the wrong way, and it kind of snapped. And the doctors had told us that they had hunched that maybe the cervical fusion in 1994 did not fuse all the way, so hence the very sensitive areas when that happened. So what happened was, on that day I herniated a disc or two, and I actually fell to the floor at that time, and I was paralyzed from the neck down, so I basically could not feel anything. I was rushed to the hospital and admitted that same day, and also had surgery that same night. For me, it was super scary to be paralyzed from the neck down because I really could not feel anything at all. I was super tired. I barely could keep my eyes open at that time. But I stayed in the hospital for about maybe a month and a half, and then I got transferred to rehab for another month and a half to recover and to try to relearn things that I didn't forget, but I just had to relearn stuff to do everything all over again. So the doctors thought that when I got admitted, the doctors thought that it would take a couple of months or a couple of weeks or whatever to regain everything, my feelings, for me to hold anything, like a spoon or whatever, to hold on to something, to even stand and to even talk, like in a way that people understood me. And that kind of news really scared me, and that really made me so nervous because I was a mom, or I am a mom, and I am a hands-on mom. I like to do things with my kids and all that. And for me to not be able to, regain everything or to relearn everything that quickly was just nerve-wracking. But, and before I say this, I did have a point at that time when I actually lost my faith in God and I actually questioned Him. I questioned why did it happen to me? Where in my life did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? And I didn't question His existence. I just questioned the reason for why He threw that challenge at me. Eventually, I prayed a lot. I prayed, I spent most of my time during the first few weeks when I got admitted in a hospital bed, laying there, just, trying to recuperate and all that. And while I was laying there, I prayed a lot. I prayed to God that, He would be with me, that He would look after me, hold my hand, and tell me that everything was going to be okay. I also did have PT and OT and speech therapist and a therapist to help me, eat the right way and so forth. 2 weeks or about 2 weeks after I got admitted, I was having a PT session with my PT Rick and another PT Kenny. We were just trying to figure out, let's just see if I could learn to stand, even for just a nanosecond. And I was very, very nervous at that time because I was afraid I was going to fall, even though both of them were right there with me, assisting me and make sure I don't fall. I was just afraid that I would just buckle. So, but anyway, I did try to stand, and miraculously, I was able to stand even for just 5 seconds. I was able to stand, and I had my nurse with me who was taking care of me at that time. I had another nurse with me who also took care of me, but it wasn't her day to take care of me, but she was also there, and another nurse. And let me tell you guys, when I stood at that time, it was it was very emotional. And the nurse who took this picture, which I'm about to insert, the nurse who took this picture was there, and she took this picture for me, and everyone in that room was super emotional. And I really thought that it would take me a while to stand. Excuse me. I really thought that it would take me a while to stand up and just do that one action that I thought would take me forever to learn to do. And with a lot of PT, a lot of OT, and a lot of support from my family and my friends and the nurses and everybody else in the hospital, I was able to do that. But it was not only the support that helped me do that. It was the prayers that I did every night and every day to God. And even though I questioned Him, He was there for me. He didn't leave my side, and I'm so very thankful. And I'm just so getting emotional because every time I think about it, it was just a high point in my life at that time, and it was an achievement for me. And little by little, I started to relearn everything. I started to learn how to dress myself, to eat, to hold a spoon, to change my son's diapers. Back then, he was still in diapers. To change my son's diapers and all that stuff. The road to recovery was long and exhausting. I had so many times when I would have an emotional breakdown, and with the help and love and support from my fiance, my 2 kids, my friends, my family, whether they're here or they're far away from me, they're always there to support me. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys for supporting me. And I hope that for those of you who are watching me, I hope you guys can continue to support me and continue to watch my videos. Now, there are times when I have my days when I stumble, when I fall down, and we're going to the hospital to make sure everything's okay. Recently, I did just suffer a fall, which I did bang my head on the kitchen floor, but after CT scan came out normal, everything's okay. But I always have my stumbles. I sometimes have my stumbles, my nervous breakdowns, my what ifs, and all that will always be with me. All the exhaustion, all the sleepless nights because I can never stay on one side for like 5 minutes. I always have to switch, and I sleep on my side, so I always have to switch sides on my switch sides just to be comfortable. All those sleepless nights, all those struggles, I know that they will always be there for me. They will always be there with me. But I know that my faith in God and the love and support from my family and friends and my fiance and my kids will always be here and will never go away. That to me is very, very important, because that gives me strength and that gives me courage, and it just motivates me to move on and to be thankful to God. So if you guys are out there facing a challenge, and you question God's reason for throwing you that challenge, they'll always say that everything happens for a reason, and sometimes, the reason is just so hard to understand. But they say that everything happens for a reason, and yes, for me, it's very, very hard for me to understand why this happened. But to know that God is still with me after everything, it's enough for me. And continue to believe in God, to continue to pray for your blessings, to thank God for everything that you have, and to continue to love everybody who support you, who are there for you, no matter what, no matter how far they are, whether they live right there in the same household, or whether they live in another country. Just be thankful for them and for their love and support. So I want to thank you guys, all of you guys who have come in and supported me and watched my videos and given me all those likes and sweet comments. Thank you guys for everything, and I hope you guys continue to support me. And to my family, my friends, my fiance, my kids, thank you guys for supporting me and for loving me and just for making me feel important and loved. And you guys don't know how much that truly means to me. I hope this video touched you in some way possible, and if it did, please give it a big thumbs up and leave me a comment below on your thoughts. And if you guys want to share something with us or with me, please feel free to leave it down in the comment below as well. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you guys, and I hope that this video helped you in some way. And just continue to pray to God and to believe that everything is going to be okay. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.